I know I've been away from MLP for a while, but I have good reasons, and those reasons are in the little eye at the top right corner. But we have to look at To Change a Changeling first. Don't worry, I or another wolf will get to the other episodes I missed. In order to do this, I will need some help. Of course, I will lend my services to help you. What? I was talking about Catastrophe. You know, my brother.
Cameos are the best exploitation.
What? But he has no experience with a jerk older brother. He doesn't have to. I just wanted him along for this.
Yeah, so you can go back to being dead underneath Anna Karis's corpse, you flame-headed idiot.
I refuse. I will review this as well. With blackjack and hookers. Forget the blackjack and the hookers. Let's stop dragging this out and just get to the episode in question. It opens up with Starlight, of course. Why?
The writers keep shoving her in to make up for her being underused after her reformation arc, but since she also teamed up with Thorax, she's the best one to use for this episode. Not Spike, or Ember, or even Twilight Sparkle. Only the great Starlight Glimmer can resolve all of Equestria's petty squabbles.
However, they get attacked by a black changeling. Clearly he hasn't gotten the memo of love and tolerance, so he captures Starlight and Trixie with a bag. The greatest weapon to stop magic is a bag. It can capture both Care Bears and magically powered ponies because it's a bag. Nothing magical about it, it's just a bag. Even I couldn't be stopped by a bag, and I suck at fighting. He takes them to Thorax, who welcomes them with open arms. The one who captured them turns out to be Thorax's brother, Pharynx. He is the last of the rebellion that was mentioned in the episode Triple Threat. So where's the rest of the rebellion? Thorax persuaded them off-screen.
What a way to destroy one of the most interesting parts of this episode. Triple Threat foreshadowed the rebellion plot, but it came off as an entire group, not just one person. The hype train was big as usual, and the payoff was very low.
Kinda like the Darkstalkers cartoon, right? Stop trying to make fun of your own series. You can't be cool. Aww. But yeah, it was a weak payoff, especially when we learned more about Pharynx. But as for now, he thinks the Hive is weak and likes the old ways because they were better off in that state. They were stronger, more vigilant, but they were mean. Anything around them could be used or exploited by someone else if they chose to invade.
Jeez, what is he, David Madsen? Other than focusing on how to fortify the Hive, he tries to get everyone to embrace the old ways by splattering paint on the adult changelings and teaching the younglings to be more ferocious. Because of this, everyone dislikes him and wants him exiled, but Starlight needs to talk with him so we can see what he truly is like. To do so, she brings up how she and Trixie used to be villains, but chose the side of friendship.
We do! But now, Trixie has come to terms with being second best, and I no longer control ponies against their will, and our lives are so much better for it.
Wow, so you're both losers.
Easily the best line. So after they fail to talk to him, Starlight and Trixie attend the Feelings Forum, in which everyone complains about Pharynx. So Pharynx decides to leave after overhearing Starlight say he's a lost cause. But that's not the end of his tale. If I were Thorax, I would have stood up to him.
You only stood up to your brother because he was wrecking your ship.
Still doesn't change the fact that I am a better brother than Thorax. That's probably the only good thing about you, compared to Thorax. You actually stood up to your brother. Going back to Thorax, though, he chooses not to kick him out because of something from his past. Believe it or not, but Thorax was a loser as a child and picked on because he was unlike the others. He didn't want to fight, but instead play with dolls and junk like that. Pharynx scared the others away, only to bully his brother. And because of that, Thorax thinks Pharynx cares for him. I'm pretty sure he only saved Thorax so he could pick on him himself. Otherwise, Thorax is a victim.
To try to show Pharynx's good side, Starlight sabotages the efforts to lead the Thresher Maw away by having the trail lead back to the Hive. Smart decision. After the rest of the changelings think that it's good that Pharynx left, but bad because the Thresher Maw is going to attack them. Thorax leaves to save Pharynx and drags Starlight and Trixie along so they don't cause more trouble. Yeah, Thorax is Starlight and Trixie's babysitter now.
But before they leave, Starlight tries to give a motivational speech to rally the Changelings. It should have been Thorax to do it since he is the leader of the Changelings, but Starlight is the OC and Thorax can't even change his diapers without a pony guiding him. They do the cliche where her speech seems to fail only to work because friendship and whatnot. However, Pharynx wasn't able to defeat the Threshermaw on his own since he's just one Changeling. When I first watched this, I actually thought he would be able to defeat it, but if that happened, the writers couldn't force a happy ending. Happy ending? Ha! Those kinds of shows are dumb.
Yeah, nothing can compare how to Santa Pyron's ending. Thorax realizes that he could use his brother to train a standing defense force, to which Pharynx accepts because he wants to defend the Hive, not his brother. Oh, and Starlight's speech motivated them to help stop the Threshermaw or whatever it was.
All things considered, there wasn't really a rebellion, nor was Pharynx in the wrong. This so-called rebellion was more of, we don't want to change from our old ways. As far as we know, they didn't do anything to try to overthrow Thorax. It's more of insubordination. Pharynx is just that old guy who doesn't want to change his ways. Like David Madsen from the beloved game Life is Strange. Go check out our playthrough of it.
Really? You're going to promote yourself now?
Yes. If I focus more on Pharynx, other than being an old grandpa refusing to adapt, he's an alright character. His motivations for fighting the creature was for the Hive's protection. He seemed to only save Thorax so he could pick on him himself. It was only said that other Changelings wanted to be like him at one point because he was strong and scary. He was the ideal Changeling of the old regime, but is now useless until he creates that defense force. And because he loved his Hive, he evolved into a similar looking form. His evolution didn't need to occur other than for his redemption.
Starlight doesn't completely get away either. Thorax does bring up her genius idea of luring the beast to the Hive and is mad at her about it. But she gets no punishment at all. No acts of terrorism charged, not even community service or banishment. Again, they get off completely scot-free with endangering innocent civilians, like true heroes.
Things always work out if you just do whatever you want without worrying about the consequences.
For a tale about two brothers, it was kinda weak. And that says something if it comes from me. Yeah, Pyron is actually right.
What? You can't be serious.
In Pyron's case, his brother wanted to take everything away from him, while Pharynx was more of a bully who couldn't shake off old habits. But Pyron standing up to Terramon was better since he, well, actually stood up to him. Thorax let his brother be a small nuisance to his subjects and never did anything to discipline, change, or get rid of him. Stuff like this can happen in businesses with one employee causing problems and is usually let go while the friend, sibling, or partner either standing up for them and getting fired or stand by and let them get fired. Thorax is lucky that Pharynx changed his tune, otherwise his subjects would think even more little of him. It's another average episode by Kevin Lapin, his other episode being Honest Apple. So far, he's not on a great start. This episode scores a 5 out of 10.
Starlight and Trixie just feel painfully forced in. They don't need to be in the show all the time, writers. What would we ever do without you, Starlight? She's the true chosen one of Equestria.
With all that, I, Lord Pyron, will see you all later.